It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Oh, man. After being gone a while and recently handling another SOTA in addition to bringing the mini bites back, a man has to really just take a look and say, what would the world be like if he wasn't around anymore? Yeah, what would things be like if I wasn't here to go ahead and speak about the things I need to speak about? Well, I just let the people know that Jams is coming back. We got to go for those remaining 100 episodes. So, well, the remaining 50 to make 100 episodes, if you put it that way. Because it was promised. Oh, yeah, there's a storm going on outside, but it's nothing compared to the storm that's going to be happening right now because, it's time to start it again. Take it back to the show where everything began. Because, welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? How are you all doing tonight? Welcome to the J-Man Show. I'm J-Man, of course, here for episode 264. We're not too far from 300, people. We got to continue on. The train must go forward. The show must go on. No matter what the tribe looks like, and no matter what goes on, or the plot twist that affected J-Man's life, things about it is, it's like, I'm not dead, so I'm still here, and I still have to carry on, and do what must be done. It's weird as hell, though, what transpired. I mean, especially the timeline behind it all. Who would have thought? Around San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, very interesting to me. But you see, the thing is, though, I remember when I said a lot of things, like, on that recent Power Play stream, about nerd culture and all that kind of stuff. Well, I just gotta say this. I'm not entirely wrong. What do you want me to say? You want me to apologize? No. See, here's the thing. When you get right down to it, some of this stuff got popular because certain things people didn't know what to talk about anymore. And you see, as certain things and people run into what's nerd culture nowadays, it is popular. It has its fandom, it has all that stuff, and then it gets pushed up to the forefront to the point where they all become lifestyle brands and overexposed, and prices hike up for even the most craziest thing that people will spend money for. And then we live in a day and age where people will buy that whole thing not just for somebody else or somebody they know, but they'll buy it for a complete stranger so that they can go ahead and say that they got it by just showing the goods. We live in a strange society, man. You know what I mean? But I know, and some of y'all will probably be like, well, didn't you have a boob? It's like, yeah, I totally know. But at the same time, it's like, guess what? You could use the money for something more important for yourself. You could go ahead and set up and build a biz. You could go ahead and do something that's better for your lifestyle, or, take chances on yourself and everything. Kind of like what I'm doing all the time every week. Except for when I took a mid-season break, but now that I'm back, I'm back. And the truth is like there's a lot of stuff to cover when it comes to that. But as usual, that you got to realize how your economics go. Like when the money comes in, usually it's here to promote and make J360 better. And then, not to mention, like, I keeps my money, unlike certain people that spend, like, their rent money on thoughts and all that stuff. And, it's wild, too. They'll use that as the marketing ploy to entice people in. Some people are not even about that whole thing. Like, even, like, when the Harley Quinn show came back, and, like, everybody's sitting there like, ooh, yeah, love wins, but they don't practice that kind of love in real life. Isn't it interesting? It's just weird to me the way things are and how people do and all that kind of stuff. And then it really comes down to responsibility. Yeah, the word that nobody likes, but at the same time really wish was around a lot more. Like, like when it comes to vices and all that stuff. And I'm sure some of you heard on SOTA where I was like, we got to go ahead and control our vices and stuff. And then that ended up becoming a punchline instead of a damn good message. There's a lot of things on SOTA that ends up becoming a real shit punchline that I really, really get annoyed about. Because, the thing is that, guess what? It needs to be said. But fortunately, I have my own show so I can say it. Sometimes you really got to look around at the world and just say, you know what? We could be better than what we are. But nope, we get mad about the littlest things, or we get mad about certain things that we should have got mad about years ago and did something about and could have put a stop to it. Or like you look at like institutions that surround us, like why half the damn time does it always have to be somebody against somebody else? Why does it always got to be finger pointing here, finger pointing there? And then of course, bringing a problem to the forefront but not solving it. And then also finding more and more reasons to complain about stuff. There's a lot of that stuff. And sometimes, you know what? As much as I like to make jokes, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and be serious about a few things. Start thinking about what you can solve and resolve and all. Especially when you're running a biz. But what gets me is, though, certain people don't want to do that. It's not easy. Or, guess what? There's no money in it. Which is why you take a look at any of the top 3 news networks around us and stuff. And damn well they could actually do better journalism than what they do. Like, you hear it before, like the Mueller report. Like, there was going to be something that was going to happen with that. But then most of that was just a redacted, just a redacted mess. You didn't even get any of the information that you needed. Or you take a look at, like, the January 6th trials, which was the sequel to that. And then, like, what came out of all that other than confusion? Oh, an FBI raid that's going on at Trump's house. And then people are all sitting there because they don't know why exactly did the FBI raid Trump's house. And allegedly it's because he had possession of documents, certain documents that belongs to the public that he should not be maintaining or that he should not be holding on to. So, yeah. Whole lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. But let me tell you, though. If you did nothing wrong, got nothing to worry about. And everybody's sitting over there like, oh, this is dangerous for Americans. Oh, the government's abusing its power. We got to do something about it. Blah, 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 blah. It's funny. Half of y'all were wanting to leave around like 4th of July. I remember that stuff. Oh, it's time to leave America. We got to get out. Oh, yeah, we got to go. Don't you know that when you make these kind of ideas, we obviously can tell that you did not think of this stuff fully because you think it's automatically easy to up and leave stuff. It's easy to have the thought, but when it comes to actually carrying it out, you ain't gonna follow through on that because it's too real and scary for you. The damnedest thing is, it's like, no, stand and fight a little bit. Like, pay attention to what's going on here. See this stuff to the end. And how about this? Instead of us going at all of our neighbors about stuff, because, some of our neighbors are a bit of jokes. Some of our neighbors do sip the Kool-Aid and think, hey, guess what? I'm doing what's right. And then you point out, like, it's not right. And it's not necessarily a good way of going about stuff. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Enemy of my enemy, But the thing is this. You don't just go after people. You got to go after the institutions. You got to hold them accountable. Even if you get put on, like, some sort of commentary sheet or whatever, or they'll put you on the opinion poll and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny because journalism It's supposed to be the exchange of, who, what, when, where, why, and like, why is it important? Where is it happening? And does it concern me? And what is this all about? I bet to tell you that they probably can't even check those boxes like they do when they churn out all the crap that you see and all the stuff that people read about and everything out here that conflicts among itself. Even when you're in creative, when you're in a creator economy, your job's supposed to be creating content, right? That could either help sell an idea or sell a product or something that's really going to bring together growth. Remember? Like, that was the thing. And then even then, influencer became a dirty word because a lot of people jumped in on that. Then they closed the cap on that a little bit. So now you got to go ahead and have all these numbers up in order for you to be a person of character society. Otherwise, you're not real. All this stuff around here is stupid. That's what I say. Quite a lot of it was. Even when I started out, it wasn't really about the numbers. Now it's all about the numbers and more so. Now you got to have you got to have over 1,000 followers and 1,000 engagement on your videos or something like that for you to even have lives on TikTok. And then you could have a live on Instagram, but then again, you got to fit the algorithm, so you got to check all the boxes so you know that what was really cool and what was really funny, is all gone to whatever the hell the bland message is that really fits the box. And then there's the whole idea where, guess what, everybody should talk about the same damn thing, which is what everybody's been talking about. Oh my God, Warner Brother and Discovery are destroying their whole thing. Oh, they're ruining their credibility to the public. Oh my God, Black Adam tested the same time that Batgirl did, but Black Adam has a set now, and Batgirl is shelved. What is the world coming to? Oh, eat a dick. Shut up. Do yourself a favor. Shut the hell up. Go rewatch Stranger Things again or something like that, Or even better, go watch that Super Friends show you claim to care about, even though you probably don't watch it. The list goes on and on. It's like, what? I guess they figured, hey, the movie's not going to sell, or guess what? Maybe we'll hold on to this and probably ship it out another time, or find a way to get you all really, really pissed off so you're interested in them, so that when they go ahead and rebuild all their stuff again, it draws attention. I mean, certain films become scapegoats for certain reasons. There's a lot of great films that don't get released. They get filmed, they get shelved, they get put someplace. But then they get coveted after, don't they? So that's going to be the next version of how Roger Corman's Fantastic Four movie was. Even though it was cheesy and even though it was like, it was like one of them films that sci-fi would make. But the thing is, there was some fun about it. And the thing is, those that really paid attention knew about it. And then there were the few that were lucky to have a copy, and they had it up there, and man, were the price high for to get it. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's a chance it might be a bootleg, and they didn't finish recording for the bootleg. So, it's one of those kind of things. But it's funny, though, like I say, a lot of people really didn't know when this movie was coming out anyway, right? Wasn't there a lot of things based off of the Batman that was supposed to come out in 2019, now I think about it? And it didn't happen, or you go ahead and get your lesbo fetish going on with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and stuff over there. It's funny too with that. You guys can watch a animated orgy and all those things go on, but I guarantee if there's a real one going on, you wouldn't know how to deal with that. Or even the funny thing is with Herogasm over on The Boys, some of y'all be like, ooh, I like this, but once again, you want to talk about sexual harassment and sexual deviancy in real life. Yet you love that. That's the funniest damn thing. But once again, that's called user responsibility. So we can talk about how you suck later in the show. But yeah, when it comes to in general with all these institutions and with the way the media is, and it's always got to be a scapegoat about things. That's what I'm talking about. Why is it always got to be a blame somewhere? Why is it always got to be, this is the problem here? Or, where this came from? It's kind of like the whole thing with monkeypox right now. Allegedly, monkeypox is in such a bad way. I don't want to say the real term because you're not ready for that. Remember, after 2 years, the other pandemic left, right? It's not here no more, even though some of you jerks are still getting sick. But The crazy thing is with monkeypox is now that's like the revived new kid on the block now because people ain't clean like anything. They went ahead, instead of saying like it could affect everybody and anybody, they say it affects gays. That is a sign of irresponsibility at worst. And the fact that it was ran to run with that, you know, it's just stupid. And then, like, not to mention, they didn't talk about the varying degrees of monkeypox. No, they talk about, like, how anybody could get those bumps and all those mutations going on. It's like, you could clearly have no symptoms and have the virus. You know what I mean? You could simply just have the rash with no bumps. Like, there's multitudes of how this goes down. But then you realize this came back during a time where people are so fragile and so, you know, hurt by things nowadays. Or, yeah, I'm ready to go back to live shows. Oh, I'm ready to go back to cons. I'm ready to do all this stuff. Look, I'm not mad at you for wanting to be about the public and all the social stuff. But at the same damn time, don't you think, like, after 2 years of this crap, you would want to be forearmed, you would want to be ready, you would want to know how to handle things, like, you know, like, know how to survive, for instance, you would think? Because, I mean, then they also talk about, like, how we're in a technical recession right now. Not going to stop you from spending money on crazy crap that you can't even afford, but, you know, it's wild to me how it goes like this. But they do this stuff without telling you viable solutions or ways you can offset from that. Now, I try to, you know, use my show to do that kind of stuff, but I have to usually give you a reason you suck speech every damn episode of the J-Man Show. For some reason. You know? And, like, I love, like, I'm telling you this, I love my moments on Soda. I love my moments on, like, the Hangouts or, like, different shows where, you know, I can kind of sit back and, like, you know, joke around a little bit. But, you know, I also know when to turn responsibility on, and I also know to be like, you know what, need to be aware of a few things right here, or actually just tell people, you know what, you're not friggin' funny. You know what I mean? Especially when it's something that's really, really serious. Something that really need to be paid attention to. But you mock, you laugh anyway, and then at the end of the day, you wonder how you get sick, you wonder how you get wiped out, you wonder how, like, you got in this situation. Well, I guess I wasn't being responsible. Yeah, eat a dick. It's a damn shame. And I always point at journalism anyway, because that's where all that media stuff seeps through. Like, it comes from, like, whoever is covering the ground, then it goes up to where the editor is, or the producer, and then chances are it goes up to, like, who's in control of programming, and then so on and so forth, because, you know, you have to have a package for all this kind of stuff. And the thing is, oh, you know, if that package is about to save the world, well, we can't make money off of that. But if you go out and you give me some BS that I can run with, or some bleeding and all that kind of stuff, I want that right there. Give me some trash. And they made that market. And you know what? It seeps down even more to a lot of the indie creators, because do I really need to know a lot about your stupid life? Do I really need to know about the girl that won't date you? Do I need to know about, like, the girl that does date you and then fires out 7 kids that maybe half of them aren't yours? Do I really need to know about your personal life like this? But once again, that market is out there because that is what people pay attention to. So in the end of the day, you know, instead of just being responsible about stuff, turning things off, trying to aim for things a little bit better than that, that always gets the hype over those that really want to create their work, that really want to be filmmakers, that really want to go ahead and make, you know, changes to this market that, once again, is getting very, very smaller every time. You see it all the time. Like, a lot of y'all sit there and talk about Prey. Prey's a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it's like, you know, you sit there, the scope is so low, and it's so marginalized because of the way things were made and the way things are going. Oh yeah, you're going to talk about one superhero movie, but then again, there's another superhero movie for you to catch. Oh, you're going to talk about the one superhero show, right, with bad CGI, but you're going to watch the other superhero show after the one with bad CGI, so that you can go ahead and say, hey, I had to stay invested. You see how monotonous that stuff is? You know? But when it's somebody else that wants to do something a little bit different, wants to go ahead and fix things and go ahead and try something new, you're not going to support that. You'll complain about it. You'll be like, dang, I want something different. I want a new IP. I want something a little bit better than what I have right now. But you're not going to support it, right? That's work. You don't want to be behind that like anything. It's got to be something for you to be behind it. Whatever the fetish fuel might be. Whatever is the talk in town, or whatever is the flavor of the week. Stuff like that. It's not even flavor of the month anymore. It's flavor of the week. Or it's got to, make a certain group or a gender look bad. Because, hey, controversy builds attention, right? That's what I hate about this society. That's what I don't like about people. That's why you all suck. And there's no cause for it. It's the same reason why, certain parts of my Twitter feed are people down and dumping on themselves because, I don't even know the difference between whether it's people looking for attention or if it's people that really need help nowadays. Because some people be like, oh, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm doing it for the views and the likes. Thank you for paying attention and the engagement. Yeah, up yours too, pal. Or those that give up on their crap and those that say, like, the way the algorithm is and the way all this other stuff is, there's no point in even trying no more. Or nobody really wants to listen to anything about somebody actually caring about a girl and loving and trying to make ends meet to get with her and all that stuff. They want all this other crap involved. They want to destroy the original workings of a romance story into something malformed and stupid. Or like anything else nowadays. Because, the thing is with Amazon, you got to make sure you have all your boxes checked with Amazon when it comes to their productions. I see all that stuff that they do and I'm like, really? And you ever wonder why your numbers are in the toilet? They're not really in the toilet now. They've gotten a little bit better. But some of the other stuff is not really all that good. I think the one that's really good, though, right now is Paper Dolls. But I'm not going to give, any sort of good press to it. Why should I? I mean, after all, it's based off of a comic. If you want to go ahead and do this stuff, go read about it yourself. But what I'm saying is that pay attention to, like, all the stuff that we ingest in all the time. And then I point it right back at media, because media could be better than this. And the same thing could be said about music, too. Same thing could be said about video games. Same thing could be said about all these old little social outlets around here that you gotta be invited to. Oh, heaven forbid if you go rogue about things. Heaven forbid if you... Shut up. I should be able to speak the way I like to speak. But hell, then again, that's why I created my own. It wasn't about popularity. I mean, it came, and it's still coming in. But at the same time, it's not about that. I made this show because I have something that I need to say, and I am not ashamed to say it. Even when the plot twist did happen, the more I realized that added strength was coming back. You understand what I'm saying? And I just look at it right now with that, and the society already sucks. All this kind of stuff could have gotten better. And it still can. Like, I don't look to Joe Biden to solve anything. I don't even look to the oncoming or everybody like, the return of Trump. I don't even look to him to do anything more than what he did. And I don't care. And at most times, I'm not fighting him anyway. I'm fighting his stupid followers. And much in the same way, I'm fighting stupid feminists. I'm fighting like a whole bunch of people who, once again, want to try to dictate and tell me what to do. Or at the same time, I look at him like, he don't have a chance in hell. You understand what I'm saying? The ones that ruin basic human communication. Like, even that's a mess nowadays. I want somebody to talk to you, but I don't like hearing the word hi or how are you doing. Bitch, that's an introduction. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people with that kind of defect. Oh, I don't talk on the phone, but you can always text. How the hell do I know if I'm talking to you, you idiot? I'm giving you an opportunity. I don't want nothing to do with people that go and say, oh, I just can't. I just, and I should say, pardon me for, like, when I do that voice, but that's just how society sounds to me. Whiny, pretentious, and really, really stupid. You know what I mean? A lot of you probably do. A lot of you probably pay attention to this stuff and just say, damn, this could be more. Maybe we need to go ahead and enjoy variety being the spice of life. But you want to know how we all could really do something about these algorithms, though? Not be online. Not be online, not be dealing with any of this stuff. Actually just use our cell phones to call and talk to people or those that we haven't talked to in a long time. Just really ignore social media for a while. Like all of it. Don't tweet, don't do nothing. Let them all sit there and dry out for a while. Then they'll understand then. Because it's not just one person doing it. It's tens of thousands of millions to billions. And it's a statement at that point. Like all of you guys out there, you really want respect from some of these thoughts that you give all your money and your left arms and hand over fist to. Well, here's the thing. You all need to club together, look at your money, cut off the Hydra's head. All of it. And I know they say two grows in one's place, but don't worry about that right now. This is the thing. Cut off the life support. Slay all that stuff right up. Do not even try to invest anything like that. Now, I know I could be shooting myself in the foot, but the point is that, guess what? I do pretty well. The thing is this. That's how you do it. You got to make a statement. That's how you do it. Like things like, certain celebrities and stuff like that. You want to go ahead and deflate that ego a little bit? Cut the air supply off. Celebrities grown from notoriety and all that stuff. Like, don't mention them on your podcast and all that crap. Don't mention a lot of certain people that do all these things. You know what I mean? Don't add to the hype wagon. There's a whole lot of ways you can starve out this stuff. And even then, you can make the recession beat itself if you're good at that. Just don't spend money on things that are wasteful. Let these businesses know that you're in charge by, hey, you know what? We ain't dealing with this crap. If a lot of us go ahead and club together and say, hey, you know what? We're not paying student loans. Sally Mae, go, go F yourself. And none of us pay on any of that. What are they going to do? Try to arrest us all? Jails are already overfilled. To capacity, they're overfilled. You know what I mean? They don't have enough guards to even watch some of these places. I know that's a big deal in my state, for instance. You think about it. A way to gain control sometimes is to take control back. And at the end of the day, this isn't about God. This isn't about love. This isn't about any of that stuff that they try to market this stuff about. No. This is about control. And like I sit there and I think about it, like, maybe that plot twist that occurred around when I was on hiatus, that might have been the best damn thing that ever happened to me. Because now the nightmare's real. Do you understand? With quite a lot of things. If people don't deserve certain things, they don't deserve stuff from you like that, or you feel as though they've gone a certain way, or if you feel as though, like, hey, you know what? Why am I investing in it? Then maybe you should stop. Maybe you should really think about what you put your time in. Maybe then look at MSNBC and all that kind of stuff. Be like this. Click. Take it back to the old days. See, with this 24-hour news cycle and all that stuff, like, you get all that stuff coming in at any time, all the time, all that, whatever. But, back in them old days, right, they had the American flag come on there and say that the program is ended. And, at a certain time, that's when you should raise your American flag or your flag and say, that's it. I don't give a damn about none of this anymore. I'm going to go read something. I don't give a damn about this anymore. I might go find something else to do. Or, hey, guess what? Instead of playing the next-gen consoles, I'm going to go ahead and play the classic consoles. Because you know what? At least the PS2 doesn't have ads blurred at me. Not to mention telling me who's online or not. And I may have to switch a disc and I may have to push the manual button and all. But guess what? At least it's a lot quieter and peaceful sometimes. And you know what? There was always a choice about it. Not a requirement. Get away from some of that stuff for a while. But that's why it's called, responsibility of things. And people don't want to be responsible until, until it really concerns them or somehow they're involved in a problem where they should have been responsible, but they'll be responsible in hindsight. And these institutions don't give a damn Why do you think half the time they always try to talk about what's beauty and what's not beauty? Why the hell do you think they always try to talk about, like, how this could affect you or how this could really ruin you and all that kind of stuff? If you had your own well of water and you never had to go through the government to maintain that well of water, you probably wouldn't give a damn, right? The most dangerous thing to a government or the most dangerous thing to any person around here is self-sufficiency. Think about it. If you're able to have your own beauty products and take care of yourself well and look a hell of a lot better than whatever these damn companies are putting out for people to put on their face, unaware that they might be allergic to it or not. Think about it. They're afraid of that. A lot of companies are afraid. Nowadays, most American companies, or I should say American companies with Chinese influence. Hey, let's be real. Actually, I should say Asian influence, but then again, I'm not here to be politically correct. I'm here to tell you the honesty. So, suck on that. When any of that kind of influence, they're afraid to compete. That's why they try to buy each other out, or they try to piggyback with each other and all that stuff. You pay attention. And you know, at the end of the day, some of y'all will probably be like, oh, well, you sound like you're very paranoid about it. I'm not paranoid about any of this stuff. It's just, once again, like, you've seen so much things that influence our culture on things. You really start to pay attention how this stuff becomes fact after a while. You know? Sometimes, you know, we could have both. We could have, like, a boom in technology, and we can still be pleasant to each other. We can have movies, a variety of different movies, like, you know, movies that are about people, and not just what people lay with or go to bed with or anything. We could have it about their adventure and their growth, in addition to, like, what goes on in those big budgeted blockbusters, action stunts, and all that kind of stuff. Variety is the spice of life. And I remember before, like, I was dealing with this podcast group at one time and thinking that they were going to be, you know, helpful to minority podcasters to grow or helpful to independent podcasters to grow, but they were not. You got them coming up in here selling snake oil like, oh, I have a connection with somebody. Well, come talk to us and we'll tell you how to make money and a living from your podcast. Or, hey, yeah, we can help you get more views on YouTube. You can help the subscriber count go up, but you can't help the engagement grow up. I know you can't. That's lies. The best way that engagement grows up is if I can go ahead and promote this stuff just as well as I know I can, because I've done a lot of great promotions leading to this point. It ain't one damn minute without somebody trying to treat you like a rube and sell you something that sounds so good to be true. And it may be. Yeah, crypto is going to change the foundation. Crypto ends up taking an L every time when people try to invest in that crap. When it gets some stability and you can actually use it, then we'll talk. You know? But once again, that's why I say, be responsible. Be accountable to things. Pay attention to all the stuff around you. Like, really spot the lie and punch it. You know what I'm saying? There's quite a lot of changes I have to make. You know? I'm still going to do all the things I said I was going to do. Because at that point, you know, unlike a certain thought out there that said, oh, it's not about the money, it's about the message. No, it's about the money with you. But with me, myself, it definitely is about the message. And the truth is that a lot of y'all won't understand it, but you will. Because I'm far from done. I still got a lot of great things to do. And if you don't believe me, well, stay the hell out of my way. And that's all there is to it. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys here on the J-Man Show tonight for 246. Or not 246, gotcha, 264. Soon enough, we'll have 265 and 266, and then guess what? We're just going to be right back in the swing of things. We're going to hit that 300. And then I got to think of what special episode to give you guys. But, you know, hopefully it won't be one of those very special ones where I got to use the dark logo and really, really tell why society sucks. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. So, hey, don't be surprised. You're all adults here. You should be able to take the good and the bad. That's just the way it goes. Not here to sugarcoat anything. The next show on the J360 lineup will be, however, The J360 Power Play will be coming back on Saturday, and guess what? We will be back with Marco and Al on the shores of destiny, fighting against whatever butt-ugly alien we gotta stomp. But that's just how it goes. Anyways, I want you guys to take it easy. It's good to be back, and for those that are real J360 fans, we still got a whole lot of work to do. So y'all stay tuned. Oh, and by the way, about Jams 51 will be happening on August 19th, so that means that the due date will be August 18th, and that is at 10 p.m. Eastern for the show. But however, cutoff point is at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. You're just going to have to adjust for time if you don't live in the States. And of course, 2 tracks to every artist, so please, 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 email your 2 tracks to j360productions@outlook.com. And if you need a copy of submission rules, just once again, ask me for them at the same email. I check it all the time. So you just let me know, and we'll go ahead and we'll get the ball rolling on that. But until then, though, you all been great. Take it easy. I hope you learned something. Laters.